of course, there is a lot of difference between investing in the bigger assets and in the medium-sized assets. I think there is a lot of difference in it. But on a whole, I think the Belgium and the Netherlands is different markets. But people are investing closer to cities. That's what I see. More concentration to cities, to prime locations in different size. But of course, as I mentioned, there is a difference between medium-sized investments and larger size investments.
Okay, good. Paul, you've been active in the market here for a considerable amount of time. In terms of the outlook for the market at the moment, what do you see as the sort of key drivers for the sectors that you're looking at particularly?
I think more and more institutional investors are thinking in terms of sustainability. The location has always been a very important element when you invest in real estate. It will be more and more the case, and the aspect of public transport is probably key. It has been key in the past. It will be even more in the future. And I think developing a new project without this aspect of public transport simply doesn't make sense on the long term.
Well, actually, I think the two markets have, let's say, a historical differentiated background, of course. So, and I think that, let's say, the emergence of one European capital market driven by one European standardized regulatory framework is actually also supporting, let's say, regional investment markets as such. And then you have to look into, from a macroeconomic point of view, whether we could still say there is a Dutch market, there is a Belgian market, there's a Luxembourg market, or whatever. And I think that's not the case. Then look into the structure of the Dutch economy related to the Belgian economy, and then probably even more the Flanders economy, and how that relates to the economy of Western Germany, so North Rhine-Westphalia. And then you see that actually that is one bundle of economic activity that is interrelated. And also the attitude of governments in those regions is more or less similar. So how the governments interact with economic activity, there is a lot of similarity amongst that. So when you take that into account, I think we will see more than it was, let's say, in the past, the understanding of that is one region, economic region, which is also therefore also driving property investments. What are, let's say, the specifics of that region? Logistics. The harbors of Rotterdam, the harbor of Antwerp and Zeebrugge, and all activities related to that. And let's say still the industrial power and the change, how the Germans, how effectively they are changing, let's say, the industrial power of their economy, which is also still based in the Ruhr area in North Rhine-Westphalia. And still that is driving the economy in the Benelux region. And let's simply take into account some simple plain facts. On an EU level, where is the highest GDP per capita? That is in the Benelux. Where is the highest amount of personal savings? In banks or via pension funds and insurance schemes in the Eurozone. That is in the Benelux area. That is in the Netherlands. The highest GDP per capita, excluding of course Luxembourg and Switzerland, but that is in Flanders. So it is an extremely economic, powerful region focused on trading, focused on logistics, focused on the service industry related to that, and also the financial industry supporting all of that. When I look into Amsterdam, although the financial industry over there is heavily hit by the financial crisis and the government is working, the Dutch government is working very hard in transforming the financial industry and decreasing it to some sort, still it will stay significant and it will have that international focus still there. Look into Brussels, Brussels, the capital of Europe. It will be, and I think truly it will become even more important. And that link of course with Luxembourg. And then all of the logistical economy related, that intermediate zone between Amsterdam and Brussels, Rotterdam, Schiphol area, and Antwerp and Zeebrugge. So here we are. And And that will stay. I've read an interview with an Indian economist last weekend in the Dutch Financial Times, saying even when the Eurozone will stay in decline, so will not have any economic growth in the next 20 years, still Europe will remain a huge, major economy on a global level. And within that, in that region, in that Eurozone region, the Benelux area is one of the most powerful areas. Yes, not very much volatility, but that is related to how governments interact with economic activity. So therefore, not the big bucks on the short term, but on the long term, when you invest, your money is safe and you will get a fair profit out of it.